Hi, my friends. Welcome back. I hope you are having a great day. In this video, I wanted to use some of the leftover paint that I mixed in the previous video of the Color Art Vivid experiment that I did. These are Color Art pigment powders that I mixed with the Vivid Polypore tintable base, and I had let these sit in these containers that I mixed for about 2 days. So they were a little thicker because they were sitting from when I first used them, and I mixed them with some water just to thin it down a little bit. And I wanted to practice this technique that I was working on with the palette knife. So here I am, I'm layering these colors on some white, actually it's eggshell house paint. And after I layered them, I got my straw out and I blew the color out. I am using my spinner just as a tool to help rotate the canvas so I don't have to keep picking up the canvas. And here I am, I'm just letting it sit and settle, let the paint move and rest. Then I'm grabbing my palette knife and scooping up some of the paint and just dragging it over the layers. And I'm using my wider palette knife. In the previous video, I used a thinner, then I used this one. This one is easier because it grabs more of the paint and it kind of keeps the pattern of the paint easier. So it's like a little spatula. And here I am scooping and dragging, and I'm taking my time with this. So now I'll give it a spin just to spread it out. Whoops! I forgot that my spinner was dry. I need to put some liquid something, so I put a little bit of house paint and just acts as a glue to grip the canvas so it doesn't slide everywhere. And as I'm spinning it, I am definitely not loving it. And that's okay. This is an experiment and practice. So I'm just gonna keep spinning it, see if I can spin some excess paint off. And yeah, it's okay, I guess. I don't like it. So, as I like to do, I'll just add another layer and we'll see how this turns out. So I'm gonna pour just little scoopfuls of the color in the same order that I did the first time. And I'm mindful not to use too much color because I already have a layer of paint on the canvas. So I don't want it all flying off as I spin it. And I got a bigger straw this time. We're gonna see how this works out. And I can see some patterns starting to form. And I'm gonna let it rest so the paint goes back and covers that hole in the middle I created when I was blowing. Now it's time to spin and see how this works out. Looks really cool while it spins. Ooh, this does look a little cool. It does look like a blowout. Yeah, that is really very cool. I like it, but I don't like that white streak on the bottom. So I decided, let's do another layer. And what I have learned by doing these layers, it does add a dimension to the art. And as I spread the paint out thin, I got one layer on top of another layer. And then as they dry, especially with this vivid polypore, not enamel, sorry. It's very dimensional and just looks stunning. It's a very unique look. So here I go again, layering more color. And I'm going to use my big straw again and blowing it out from the center out. And I'm giving it a minute to rest and move before I give it a spin. Ooh, look how pretty. See, the gold is starting to shadow over it, but I still see those white streakies on that top right corner. So I'm going to try it again. Multiple layers. It's a lot of fun. The one thing I do enjoy doing is experimenting and changing techniques around. This helps me learn how the paint flows and moves, create some new interesting patterns that I didn't know existed, and it kind of gives me freedom just to try things without fear of being judged. So here is the straw again, blowing it out gently. And I'm doing some petal-like patterns. I'm gonna let it settle, let the paint rest and just kind of settle into a little natural state. I added a little dab of gold in the middle and blew that out just a bit. And now let's spin. This is so pretty. I am loving how this is turning out. I don't see those weird white gloppy areas, but I did decide I am going to do just another layer. It is starting to evolve and take shape, and those layers of paint are just helping the next layer work and flow and move. And as I do each layer, I am practicing blowing through the straw, blowing the paint. Make sure I'm not doing too big a puffs of air in one section, trying to get it more consistent. And here, ooh, this did look so good. Look at that, it looks like a flower. The white in this last version, I do enjoy because the red and the gold and the purple are shadowing in the white. It's just not a solid white chunk. And you can see the 24 karat gold just shimmering in there. This I loved. And you can see all the layers. It's just simply stunning to me. So let me know what you think about this technique. Let me know if you have any tips that you would like to share. And thank you for creating this with me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.